Performing skill shots, or what we call it trick shots, can be so fun in FC25, and there's some skill shots that you can score even if you are playing on a competitive mode just like Ultimate Team. But the real question is, how can you perform skill shots in FC25? Well, I'm here to answer that question. On this video, I'm going to show you how to perform every single skill shot in FC25, from the Scorpion Kick to the 360 shot, to the Rainbow Shot and to the Roulette Shot. Basically, this is going to be a complete tutorial on how to perform every single skill shot in FC25. With that being said, let's jump straight into the video. If you wanna build your dream team and play with your favorite players in FC25, don't worry about the coins anymore, check out lootbar.gg. Lootbar is the cheapest and the safest platform on the market. They are 10% cheaper than all other platforms, and another 8% off to use my promotional code and another 5% extra coins. Buying 1 million coins in-game will cost you 10 times more than Lootbar. Many huge content creators are using Lootbar, and not only them, many users stick with Lootbar as well. Fast delivery within 30 minutes. Don't forget to use my code Y5K for extra 8% off. Looking for coins? There is not a better platform other than Lootbar. And now let's jump straight into the video. Before we start, there's some rules that you should follow so you can perform any kind of trick shots in FC25. First thing first, your player should be inside the box. Second thing, it would be better to use a player who has got the flare play style. There are some skill shots that doesn't require the flare play style, but it would be better to always use a player who has got the flare play style when it comes to trick shots. And when you want to shoot, you should be using less than 1 bar of power. 1 bar of power is the maximum that you can use so your player can actually perform a trick shot. That's all the rules that you should be following when it comes to trick shots. Now let's jump straight into the video and start things up with the first one. We have got the Roulette Shot, and to perform it in game, it doesn't require the flare play style and it doesn't require any skill moves. Basically, you can perform it with any player in game. To perform it, all you have to do, hold down the L2 button before you shoot, or the LT button on Xbox, and then when you want to shoot, use less than 1 bar of power. Not only that, also you should be moving forward with your player. Basically, you should not be coming from the right or the left. You should be moving forward with your player. You can aim it to the far post or to the near post, it doesn't matter, but the most important thing, you should be moving forward with your player. Hold down the L2 LT button and then shoot using less than 1 bar of power. Moving on into the next skill shot, we have got the no look chip shot. Again, it doesn't require the flare play style, it doesn't require any skill moves, you can perform it with any player. To perform it in game, all you have to do, hold on the L2 and the L1 buttons on PlayStation, or if you are on Xbox, hold on the LT and the LB at the same time, and then you have to shoot while using only 1 bar of power. With that, you're gonna see your player performing a no look chip shot, and you can actually score it in Ultimate Team as well as Pro Clubs as well as Career Mode. Basically, your player is gonna perform a really good chip shot, and you can actually score it if you are playing on Division Rivals or Foot Champions. You can actually score that, and of course it's gonna be a no look shot, and like I said, you can actually score it in competitive modes just like Ultimate Team. Moving on into the next one, we have got the Backheel Shot, where you're gonna see your player dragging the ball back and then performing a backheel shot, which is really cool. Again, it doesn't require the flare play style, you can perform it with any player. To perform it, all you have to do, perform a fake shot, make your player fully stopped, and then hold down the L2 button on PlayStation or the LT button on Xbox, and then shoot while using only 1 bar of power or even less than 1 bar of power. And this time you don't have to do any aim, don't aim at all. To perform it, don't aim at all, because if you aim, your player is gonna perform another flare shot. To perform it, hold on the L2 LT button, shoot while using 1 bar of power, and don't aim at all with the left stick. Now let's move on into one of the hardest trick shots that you can perform in FC25, which is going to be the Rainbow Shot, or as you can see from the clips, I'm performing it as a chip shot. With that, it's gonna be a rainbow chip shot. To perform it in game, first thing first, you have to perform the rainbow skill move. To do that, all you have to do, flick your right stick backward and then flick it again forward. And while your player is performing the rainbow flick skill move, you have to be quick and you have to hold down the L2 and the L1 on PlayStation or the LT and the LB on Xbox, and then shoot using only 1 bar of power. Not only that, also you have to aim to the far post. Basically, like I said, it's one of the hardest trick shots that you can perform. You have to be quick, you have to do it while your player is performing the skill move. Not only that, also you have to hold down the L1 and the L2, and you have to aim to the far post. Basically, it's hard, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to score in Ultimate Team, but it's really cool and can be so fun, especially if you are playing against a friend. And now let's move on into everyone's favorite. We have got the bicycle kick. If you don't know how to perform it, I'm gonna give you one of the best methods that you can do to score bicycle kicks every time you want to. Now, to perform a bicycle kick, of course, first thing first, you have to cross the ball, and then after you cross the ball, hold on the L2 button on PlayStation or the LT button on Xbox and then shoot. And this time you don't have to use only 1 bar of power. No, you can use as much power as you want on the shot. Now, one of the best methods to actually score a bicycle kick every time is by crossing the ball while holding the L1 button on PlayStation or the LB button on Xbox. Before you cross the ball, hold on the L1, LB button and then cross the ball. With that, your player is gonna cross the ball high in the air. It will be absolutely perfect for a bicycle kick, and your player is gonna take his time so he can perform a bicycle kick. Basically, if you are doing it to complete an objective, 100% go for this method. Hold on the L1, LB button before you cross the ball. Cross it and then shoot while holding the L2 button on PlayStation or the LT button on Xbox, and it would be better to use a player who has got the acrobatic playstyle. With that, your player is gonna perform it with more power and with better aim than a player who doesn't have the acrobatic playstyle. If you are doing it for an objective, 100% use a player who has got the acrobatic playstyle. Moving on into a trick shot that does require the acrobatic playstyle, and that's gonna be the scorpion kick. Really cool, and you can actually perform it in Ultimate Team as well as Pro Clubs. To perform it, all you have to do, cross the ball, and this time it should not be a high cross, it should be a normal cross, and your player should arrive late to the cross. And then when you wanna shoot, hold on the L2 button on PlayStation or the LT button on Xbox, and keep moving forward with your player. Don't stop, keep moving forward with your player, and then shoot while holding the L2 LT button. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you cannot perform it every time you want to because there's some things that should happen. First thing first, like I said, your player should arrive late to the ball. Second thing, the cross should not be high, should be a normal cross to his body. So there's some things that you cannot control, but when you see your player arriving late to the cross and the cross is to his body, not to his head, that time you can perform the scorpion kick by holding the L2 LT button and then shoot. And like I said, you should be using a player who has got the acrobatic playstyle. Moving on into a trick shot that does not require the acrobatic playstyle, but it does require the flare playstyle. I'm talking about the 360 shot. Really cool, and yup, you can perform a 360 shot in FC25. To perform it, first thing first, you have to perform the drag back skill move. To do that, you have to hold on the R1 and the L1 on PlayStation or the RB and the LB on Xbox, and then move your player backward. While your player is performing the drag back skill move, you have to be quick and you have to hold on the L2 and the L1 on PlayStation or the LT and the LB on Xbox and then shoot using only 1 bar of power. It's hard, it's one of the hardest trick shots that you can perform, but if you perform it, it's really cool. You have to be quick. While your player is performing the drag back skill move, you have to hold on the L2 and the L1 or the LT and the LB and then shoot using only 1 bar of power. All of that, and you should be using a player who has got the flare playstyle. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, these were all the trick shots that you can perform in FC25. Now, of course, there's other trick shots that you can perform, for example, the Rebona shot or the backheel chip shot, but there's no certain way that you can perform it in FC25. It's completely based on luck. Hold on the L2 and then shoot. You might see your player performing the Rebona shot, but what I have showed you today are trick shots with a certain way to perform in game. Every time you want to, you can perform any of these skill shots that I have showed you on this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Don't forget to use my code for 8% off.